We got another one. Tenet. I got my little notepad here, so I can write down my stuff. So, this is a review slash review. Wait, I said the same word twice, didn't I? Silly me. This type of movie that'll make you do stuff like that, say stuff like that. I should say. This is a reaction slash review, whatever. Okay. Um, Tenet. Now this one came out quite a. It came out some time ago, but this is actually the movie that'll go down in history as, I guess, the little train that could probably. That's the best way to describe it because it was slated to be the next big summer blockbuster, and then the world got shut down and people sheltered in place, which I think ultimately gave director the ability to release it in this 2 hours and 30 minute format. Well, not format, 2 hours and 30 minute length. Because I don't think the theatrical version was this long. There's probably no way. It was probably at least 45 minutes shorter, probably. Um, but anyway, oh man, how do I should okay? So I'm just gonna go out. Just gonna go out on a limb. It's kind of hard to admit something like this, but I was definitely lost while I was watching this movie. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but ooh, explosions and fight scenes and a fairly attractive woman. It's not. I guess I could talk about her. It's not that she's not attractive. It's just that she's not attractive to me. How about that? And I know I can already just hear the comments people are saying like, really, you? Yes, me. No matter what a person looks like, they still have their own preferences. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I'm gonna go off topic and talk about the movies and book. Now that I think about it, movies and book and video game too, that this particular movie reminds me of. So first and foremost, without just without even thinking about it, Inception. There's no way that you can't see a there's no way that you can't see a freaking Inception here. There's no way that you can see a resemblance to Inception, right? Hopefully, I said that word right. I probably said it wrong, but anyway. Next is the James Bond series. There's literally a cheesy evil villain who wants to destroy the world, and also, um, in the manner in which he wants to destroy the world, I feel like it's so reminiscent of Thanos. You know, with the snap, it's so reminiscent of that. If I can say that word, I think I said that word. I can't even say that word. It resembles that. How about that? Um, Boy, I need to learn how to speak like bad. That's why I do these videos. If anybody's wondering. Um, Also, a little bit of Gone Girl. The relationship between the lead actress and the evil villain really reminds me of Gone Girl. It may be slightly, maybe flip the roles, maybe reversed, but it reeks of that. Um, Video game. One of the scenes in here reminded me so much of Grand Theft Auto. Now, of course, I'm going to spoil it. Excuse me, I'm going to spoil the movie by giving away this scene, but there's a scene in which the main characters have to get inside a secure room, a secure holding space. But the only way they can do it is by having a diversion. And their idea of creating a diversion is to get these guys to get a plane and run into the building. Yes, an actual like 747. They get on that plane and they're taxiing on the runway and they pull full throttle, run into a building, and start a fire. But that's not the best part of it. The best part of it is as they're doing that, the payload of the plane is bullion, gold bullion. So it's like little kilos of gold, and gold's going for almost $2,000 an ounce right now. So lots of money, right? If you can melt it down and take it to a jeweler or whatever. Of course, I'm thinking about that as I'm watching. But anyway, you got that in play. That reminded me so much of Grand Theft Auto. Mention Gone Girl. Mention Grand Theft Auto. Mention James Bond. Inception. Oh, the way they're talking throughout the movie is it reminds me so much of 1984 by George Orwell. They made us read that in high school, but it's actually a pretty good book. It's like double speak or whatever. I could hear it all through the movie for some reason. Um, those are movies that reminds me of movies, books, video games. That this particular movie reminds me of, which is a great look inside this guy's the director Christopher Nolan. It's a great look inside his mind. I want to say, I feel like I want to say he's. I think a lot of I should have double checked it, but I feel like a lot of his movies he made, he's like the first one to do it. He's like a pioneer in some of these ideas and concepts. And of course, there's other directors that come along after him to continue making movies along the same lines, but his is going to be a little shaky. I actually can't see why it would be such considered such a bad movie. Maybe because it's confusing, but other than that, it's pretty good. Other than the confusing aspect, but anyway, what was I going to say in the movie? I guess I just try to do an outline of it now. So we're introduced to a character played by John David Washington. Robert Patterson is his BFF. Um, and a young lady named Elizabeth. I'm not going to try to say her last name. It's foreign. I'm just bad with names. If anybody knows that, now you don't. I mean, now you do. If you didn't know. Um, so his job is to basically stop the world from ending. Hence the cheesy James Bond reference and the Thanos. It's James Bond to a T. They're even on a yacht while he's planning to destroy the world. Come on, dude. You can't get more James Bond than that. Yeah, I want to say it's at a certain point in this movie. Yeah, I'm not fixing that wall either. I should paint it, but I'm just too lazy to do it. Anyway, at some point in this movie, I just tuned out and was like, okay, yay, explosions, because I had no idea what was going on. Most of the movie was easy to follow and the dialogue was whatever, and I was keeping up. But once they start introducing like things that were from what is it, the future or the future past? I don't know, whatever. Once they start introducing those objects and how they got there and how they're acting, I was just like, I don't know. Like, okay, um, yeah, gotcha. I completely understand. I don't at all. um, oh yeah, shout out to the guy, the lead actor in Kick Ass. Man, he is in some great movies. The little young kid, I forget his name. His last name's Johnson, I think. His real last name is Johnson. He's in this movie too, and he plays a pretty good role. He plays a pretty big role in this movie, I should say. Also, you should check out Nocturnal Animals if you haven't. It's a great movie. So what else is there to say about this movie except that it's uh, oh wanted to say that in preparation for this video I'm uploading, I wanted to get a little bit more intel on it, so I decided to go on YouTube and look for movies on Tenet, and I saw a number of videos claiming to explain Tenet. So I'm glad that I'm not alone in in my just lostness. I'm glad I'm not by myself on this. Glad I'm not marooned on an island by myself. Put it that way, simple as I can say it. But there happened to be a video on there with the director, and I was like, okay, what could it hurt to just watch this interview and see what he gives away about the movie. Of course, he didn't give away anything, and his main idea was to keep it secretive. And I feel like most directors, not necessarily want to torture the viewing audience, but they want people to think. Which, you know what? Not most directors. This particular director wants people to think. Now I'm like, I think I've spoke on that. I don't necessarily want to go. Well, back in the old days when I was a young buck, when you could go to the movies, I don't want to necessarily watch a film and have to think it out. But at the same time, if it's well constructed and I have to think, then so be it. Um, yeah, I will say this movie's not necessarily constructed that well. I mean, uh, of course, there's just one thing you can't take away from modern movies. It's how visually appealing they are because special effects and just the quality and crispness of cameras nowadays rises rises these movies to a whole nother level. And this movie's no exception to that. I mean, and I have to speak on the fight scene, which, come to find out, probably one of the only. Oh, there's two fight scenes in there, so that I can remember. So one of the two fight scenes is between himself. I don't want to give too much of the movie away because now I'm just gonna. They're gonna be like, anybody watches this is gonna be like, huh? But I think it's worth the watch. Hey, while you're sitting down counting that stimulus money, you might as well watch this, right? Whatever. Now I'm gonna do something that I haven't done on any of my other videos. If you enjoyed this, make sure to check out my other videos. And I'm gonna be posting uh probably not regularly. I have some personal things going on. But I'm doing a reaction video series on The Wire right now. I know it's an old series, but I'm doing that right now. So you can always check that out. Be posting two videos every Sunday.